I have been writing ever since I was a child. I used to bring my mom these little crayon written and illustrated stories, and essentially I've wanted to be an author for as long as I can remember. All throughout my childhood I wrote these little stories, and these crayon stories eventually became notebook after notebook filled with poems and short stories. And as I got older into high school, eventually we got a big old honking desktop computer with the 5.5-inch floppy disks, and I began writing longer stories and novels and plays. Writing and reading are essentially what got me through middle school and high school and took me into college, where I studied creative writing. And all this time I always wanted to be an author. I wrote and I read and I wrote and I read. And when I started hiking and getting out into nature, I started reading books about nature and writing about my experiences there. And this year has been incredibly important to me because in March I became an author for the very first time. Mountaineers Books was my publisher, and I was able to release Thirst 2,600 Miles to Home. And it's been an incredible year promoting my book and having it well received. I mean, we're talking about my oldest dream, to be an author from age probably 5 until now, 33 years later. And so it's been just incredible for me to see that this book come to life and to be able to see it be, well received and enjoyed by so many people. And I want to share with you something that happened, it started a few months ago, and this has probably been the cherry on top of all this incredible meaningfulness surrounding Thirst this year. A couple months ago, one of my former high school teachers reached out to me. He taught me in geography when I was in high school, but now he still teaches at the high school I went to, teaches English classes, and he contacted me and told me that he wanted to make Thirst one of the English 10 books and make it part of the curriculum for this upcoming school year. And I was absolutely floored and incredibly grateful and moved by this. And just the other day he posted a picture on my Facebook page letting me know that the cases of Thirst 2,600 Miles to Home had arrived at my high school, and that the freshmen 10th grade English classes are now reading Thirst. And I just believe it's like this complete full circle from me growing up in rural Michigan, reading and writing, to now the children at the school where I went are now reading the book that I wrote. And I am really, really thankful for everything in my life, and especially for the opportunity to share my story with the world. And I'm looking forward to sharing many, many more stories over the years.